What happens when one of the world's biggest automakers gets it completely wrong? Volkswagen has built some of the most legendary cars in history, the Beetle, the Golf, the microbus. But not every model was a success. In fact, some were so bad that Volkswagen wishes they never existed. Welcome to Cars Exposed, where we uncover the biggest automotive blunders in history. Before we start, hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the world of cars. Today, we're counting down the 10 biggest Volkswagen disasters. Cars that were unsafe, unreliable, or just plain ridiculous. Stay tuned because some of these flops might shock you. Number 10. Volkswagen Fridolin, the delivery van no one wanted. What do you get when you take parts from a Beetle, mix them with Type 3 bits, and try to make a compact delivery van? A complete failure. The Volkswagen Fridolin was designed for German postal services, but it had so many flaws that even mail carriers hated driving it. The body was too heavy, yet the engine was underpowered, producing only 34 horsepower. The doors rattled constantly, making it a nightmare to drive. And if that wasn't enough, rust devoured this car like a snack. Volkswagen discontinued it after just 10 years. Today, it's rare, but not because people loved it. Most of them rusted into oblivion. Number 9. Volkswagen K70, the forgotten failure. Ever heard of the Volkswagen K70? No? That's because Volkswagen prefers to forget it. This was supposed to be Volkswagen's first water-cooled front-wheel drive car, a major change from their air-cooled rear-engine lineup. So why did it fail? The engines were unreliable and thirsty, making it a terrible choice for budget-conscious buyers. Rust issues ruined the car, with many owners saying it aged like milk, not wine. To make things worse, the Passat arrived shortly after and made the K70 obsolete overnight. Today, almost nobody remembers the K70, and that's probably for the best. Number 8. Volkswagen Polo 86C, the rust bucket. Small, cheap, and practical. Sounds like a winning formula, right? Wrong. The Polo 86C was one of Volkswagen's worst small cars ever. It had horrible rust problems, with some owners watching their cars dissolve before their eyes. The engines were incredibly weak, with some models pushing out a pathetic 40 horsepower, barely enough to climb hills. If that wasn't bad enough, it had zero soundproofing, making it feel like you were driving inside a tin can. Despite selling well, most of these Polos ended up in scrapyards before hitting 100,000 miles. Number 7. Volkswagen Type 181, the Thing, the most dangerous Volkswagen convertible. They called it the Thing in the US, and honestly, that name fits. This boxy convertible was built for military use, but was later sold to civilians. The problem? No crumple zones, thin metal doors, and a high center of gravity. Rollover accidents were far too common, and when US safety regulations got stricter, it failed so badly in crash tests that it was banned outright. If you own one today, you better drive carefully. Number 6. Volkswagen T1 Barndoor, the rolling death trap. The first generation Volkswagen microbus T1 is an icon today, but the early models, dangerously bad. It came with just 25 horsepower, which meant climbing small inclines was a struggle. The brakes were so weak that drivers would literally pray when trying to stop. Add in unstable handling, and a gust of wind could send it off the road. Volkswagen later improved the microbus, but the T1 Barndoor remains a cautionary tale in automotive design. Number 5. Volkswagen 411/412, a sedan nobody wanted. Volkswagen tried to build a luxury sedan alongside the Beetle and failed miserably. They gave it an air-cooled engine in the rear, which was a terrible idea for a bigger car. Power was weak, the fuel injection system was unreliable, and the handling felt so wobbly that many drivers didn't feel safe behind the wheel. It was pulled from production quickly. Today it's a rare find, but only because nobody kept them. Number 4. Volkswagen SP2, all show, no go. The Volkswagen SP2 had the looks of a true sports car: sleek lines, a low stance, and an aggressive front end that made it look like a serious performance machine. However, the biggest disappointment? Its engine. Volkswagen equipped it with a 1.7-litre air-cooled flat-4 engine that produced just 75 horsepower and 97 pound-feet of torque, which was woefully inadequate for a car that looked this fast. The 0 to 60 mph time was a sluggish 16 seconds, making it slower than even a standard Beetle, a car never meant for speed. It also suffered from severe overheating problems thanks to its poorly designed cooling system, which made long drives a risky affair. Despite its stunning appearance, enthusiasts quickly lost interest, and Volkswagen was forced to discontinue it after just 4 years of production, 1972 to 1976. Today, it remains a collector's item, but mostly as a reminder that performance is more than just skin deep. Number 3. Volkswagen Jetta, 2011, the cost-cutting disaster. Volkswagen wanted to make the Jetta more affordable to compete with budget-friendly rivals like the Honda Civic and Toyota Corolla, and they did, but at a serious cost. To cut production expenses, Volkswagen downgraded the interior materials, replacing soft-touch plastics with cheap, hard plastic that scratched easily and felt flimsy. The multi-link rear suspension was swapped for a cheaper torsion beam setup, which resulted in a rough and noisy ride. The cost-cutting didn't stop there. Volkswagen also removed features like rear disc brakes on lower trims, making the car feel less refined. Fuel economy was another disappointment. Despite being marketed as an efficient compact sedan, real-world testing showed the 2.0-litre engine was underpowered and delivered mediocre mileage, averaging just 24 miles per gallon city and 34 miles per gallon highway. Worse than many competitors. People thought they were getting a solid German-engineered sedan, but in reality, they were just buying a car full of cut corners. Number 2. Volkswagen Atlas, 2018, the SUV with no identity. Volkswagen jumped into the SUV market with the Atlas, hoping to take on competitors like the Toyota Highlander and Ford Explorer. But despite its bold design and spacious 3-row seating, it missed the mark entirely. One of the biggest complaints? Terrible gas mileage. With a 3.6-litre V6 engine, the Atlas barely managed 16 miles per gallon in the city and 22 miles per gallon on the highway, making it one of the least efficient SUVs in its class. The interior, instead of feeling premium, was cheap and uninspired, with plasticky materials and outdated technology. And then came the safety issues. Over 660,000 units were recalled due to problems with airbags, wiring harnesses, and unexpected braking failures. While it had the size and practicality families wanted, it lacked the quality, refinement, and reliability that people expected from a Volkswagen. Number 1. Volkswagen Phaeton, the luxury flop. The biggest Volkswagen failure ever, the Phaeton. It was Volkswagen's bold attempt to compete with Mercedes-Benz and BMW in the luxury market. But there was just one problem. Nobody wanted a luxury Volkswagen. Priced at over $70,000, the Phaeton was one of the most expensive cars Volkswagen had ever built, yet it lacked the prestige that high-end buyers expected. Despite its W12 engine option, air suspension, and an interior that rivaled the Audi A8, the sales numbers were a disaster. Volkswagen hoped to sell 20,000 units per year, but it barely managed to move half that number. It was an engineering marvel, boasting features like a 12-cylinder engine, a draft-free climate control system, and a body that could withstand speeds of 190 miles per hour. But none of that mattered when buyers simply didn't see Volkswagen as a luxury brand. The Phaeton was an ambitious failure, a testament to the idea that just because you can, doesn't mean you should. And there you have it, Volkswagen's biggest flops ever. From rust buckets to luxury disasters, these cars prove that even the biggest automakers can get it very, very wrong. But which one shocked you the most? Did we miss any Volkswagen failures that deserve a spot on this list? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this deep dive into automotive disasters, make sure to hit that like button. It really helps the channel grow. And if you love content like this, Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an upload from Cars Exposed. We've got plenty more insane car stories coming your way, so stay tuned. Until next time, drive safe and stay curious.